I'm going to bring up Julia Ricks.
I have a few poems that I wrote this semester for my creative writing class, and didn't like intentionally make them nature related for this show, which I thought was interesting. That they just happened to be some things that I felt were pretty applicable for the times we're in now and connecting with nature and things like that. Um, the first poem that I'm going to read is in the form of a haibun, which is a style where you have a paragraph form, which is very descriptive and sensory. And then halfway through, you have a very distinct tonal shift. And then it's followed by a haiku that summarizes the message of your poem, essentially. And yeah, this is called Haibun Children's Garden. Drifty floral perfumes percolate that dry heat and verdant grass where my body towers. My feet are bare. My face is saved from the rays peeking down, other than the crescent of my right ear tip. My toes articulate the moist hose spray, the backbone of this garden system. Peeking cute kiwi vines, like nerves, strangle and swirl their way into the trellis. I prod with a finger into the ripe and squirming cosmos of soil under the onion. The warmth of the dry dirt radiates into the soles of my feet. Suddenly, the reaching rays of the sun retract as the gray mass that loomed over the mountain to the west fills the valley. Flowers close their eyes and bees take shelter under the lamb's ear. Tangled roots wave back and forth as they stretch and extend deeper to their grounding to find wiggle room. Large, moist drops plummet from the sky, making craters in the dust, and organic constituents swirl into puddles of stew as the world falls to sleep. Summer's warm embrace. I am finding peace and change. The storm helps to grow. And I wrote this based on the children's garden, the children's farm at Oxbow Farm near our house, where I've worked for a few years and where I went to camp. And it's also about how even now times are changing a lot for us, and we might feel like we need to stretch and cling on to new things, but storms help us grow. And so this next poem is in the form of a golden shovel, and that is inspired by Gwendolyn Brooks. And she, let's see, I think my Safari went away, but it's back. It's from the poem We Real Cool, which reads, We real cool, we left school, we lurk late, we strike straight, we sing sin, we thin gin, we jazz June, we die soon. And that poem, the form is where at the end of every one of my lines, I have one of those words from the poem. And I took the meaning of we and I stretched it to a broader context in this poem to try to get perspective on what we means and who we are. This poem is called Implications of We, the Drake equation. The Drake equation is an equation that calculates the probability of other like intelligent life forms existing in the universe at the same time as we do. So I used variables from that equation in my poem and the questions I ask. Leaping and flowing through time and space, we sail on the current of the cosmic ocean where only real travelers dare venture. Past Canis Major, we are the only ones here. The cool fluid stillness of milky systems and blackened eternal vastness tempt that we drift farther into the speckled void. Oh, and look to the left. You can see a school of starfish circulating the Andromeda Reef. We are on a voyage to find others and to float through the gaseous lagoons of the supernova looking for life. It might be too late by now. At any one moment, do we coexist in this primordial sea? Did they too strike one another down or head straight for war? Technology and primal emotion, the Achilles heel of intelligence. We sing too loud to hear each other sing. How loud could they sing? How loud do they sing? Are they too simple to swim yet? To sin? Are they single cells learning the ropes of life? We may be too far from them, and time is running thin. so we may as well pop open that planetary gin and drink to the song of the birth and death of worlds. We watch civilizations improvise jazz in dangerous keys. The midsummer June constellations swirl around our heads while we wonder if we are the last. It makes sense that the mighty empires must die, be it violence or ignorance or drowning too soon. And that's all I have. Oh, there are snaps surrounding me.
Thank you, Julia. It's just.
So what is Drake's equation?
So the Drake equation, it's a series of variables that like calculate it calculates like how many intelligent civilizations could exist at the same time or right now, and it kind of brings in variables like how big the universe is, how expansive time is from now, like how many civilizations would have destroyed themselves by getting too advanced in technology, and those sort of things kind of all put into one equation.